for
yeah. All right, go for it.
What's up, you beautiful bastards? Welcome back to another live stream with VKH Press. I'm your host, Winona Peace, and with me is Jeff DeWitt. Let's just jump into it.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Oh man, hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to VKH Live.
I already did it. I already did the intro.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I don't know. When you do a parody one, well, when you do a parody one, are you supposed to
make it the real one?
Yeah,
nah, don't make it the real one. Do the real one.
All right. Well, I am joining you guys fresh from our first endeavor into Instagram Live. We just celebrated having 1,000 followers on Instagram, and it went very well as it could. I need to figure out why I did not have the option to add Winona, but thank you. Oh, sorry, my nose is itchy. Thank you, Winona, for pitching in the chat. That was good. That was good improvisation. But yeah. Yeah, so if you're here from that, welcome. This is a weekly live stream that we do. And our main website is VKH Press. You can check us out at vkh-press.com. And check us out on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff. I'll put it in the links. But today we are doing a special pre-con show for LM.C. They're going to be performing at TekkoCon. So I did just come straight fresh from the Instagram Live, so I will go ahead and try and see if I have a status update because a little birdie told us that there might be more details about the events getting posted tonight. But we're trying to see if that's happening tonight. If not, there's some details we can kind of go over already that are already out there. But I will say I had the most fun time prepping for this stream because I had not listened to LM.C in a while. Like I'm up to date on their music, but I had not actually listened to it for maybe 4 months or so. And I'm just in such a good mood now. Just from jamming out to their discography all afternoon. This has been a very enjoyable prep session for me. But Winona, are you very big on LM.C?
I have to be honest with you, I used to be, and then huge influx of heavy bands. but yeah, I love LM.C. is a great band, great duo.
Yeah, so you went from one form of delicious ear candy to another form of delicious ear candy.
I was there for the transition.
Yeah.
From lovelycocochung.com to I don't know, Vamps is big right now, the other duo.
Yeah, I will say, if you guys haven't checked out their most recent album, which, oh man, what was the name of it? It is called, I have to look this up now. Sorry, guys. Basically, their last album is something about, what's it called?
Perfect Rainbow.
No, there was one after that.
There's one after that.
Yeah. Why is this slipping my mind? I know the song from it, Veda. That's why, because it's I'm not totally fresh up to date with my remembering my Hindi scripture references. So so this was a really interesting album. It's called Veda. I believe it's just how you pronounce it, because it's basically going off of it's got a lot of Buddhist and Hindu themes in it, visually. Actually, let me pull up the album cover so you guys can get an idea for what the hell I'm talking about. But Yeah, it's a crazy album. It's something I did not expect from LMC, at least the way it starts out. There's plenty of like traditional, wonderful pop rock LMC stuff in it, but the way it starts out is with a song called The Buddha, and it's really good, but it's got like these like kind of Indian Buddhist kind of sounds in it, and then it goes into like this funky guitar riff, and they're saying boom shaka boom like over and over again, and it's wild. It's wild because it's something I would not expect from LMC. But all right, yeah, here we go. I was just hopping over to CD Japan. Okay. One look at this and you'll be like, oh, okay, this is a departure a little bit. But yeah, that.
Yeah, that looks familiar.
Okay, by the way, I'm going to close out of this tab. Classic double-ended is referring to a brush, by the way. Don't get any pervy ideas in your head. I know the joke is always like he's got porn open in his like second window or something when he shares the screen, but that is still yet to happen. Which implies it will at some point, but like yeah, I can stand by that. But yeah, so so they've been on an interesting journey, but then they have songs on there like Monroe Walk, which was like a single they'd released previously. And that is much more of like the pop rock kind of thing that they've been more into. Less of the punky stuff, like the punky heart stuff. But it was received really well, at least by those of us at VKH who like got into it, because James, who's with us on the podcast, and we need to get him on a stream sometime. But James writes, one of our reviewers, James writes a yearly top 30 Visual K albums, and he put Veda by LMC like for last year like really high up on there, and like he was completely not expecting it either. So it's I'm setting the stage for TekkoCon with all of this, because it's like I think everyone kind of knows like what they know LMC for, I guess, but I feel like they've dropped off a lot of people's radars. Do you think that's fair to say?
Yeah, that's very fair to say.
Yeah. So they've been on like a spiritual journey, somewhat literally, maybe. I don't know what they picked up from getting into Veda, but I saw you guys posted some things in the chat. Let me see what you guys think about LMC. So Julia is my all-time favorite by them. I think that's Oh My Julia is the yeah. It's all fresh in my mind now.
Oh My Julia is a great song. I really like what's it called? I really like 88 and I want to say Boys and Girls. I think that's the name of that song.
Yeah, Boys and Girls is good. I probably only know about Punky Heart as far as I remember. Yeah, Punky.
Not even Ghost Heart, just Punky Heart.
Yeah.
Even though Ghost Heart existed. Fake fan. No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
Well, hey, she did think she was a fan, so I mean, she's just part of our chat squad, so she's here.
Oh, it's someone in the chat. Oh, I thought it was you.
No.
I wouldn't make fun of anybody in the chat. I don't make fun of you, Jeff.
Yeah, you jumped the gun.
I jumped the gun. I'm so sorry, Oscar. It's cool. You're not a fake fan.
You're trying to get those easy sucker punches in. Come on. Someone said, but the J-Rock Freak said was the one that brought up Julia, and they are traveling from Georgia to Tekko to see them.
Oh, you'll be at Tekko? Me too. I'll see you there.
Yeah. If any of you guys are going to be at Tekko,
say hi to me at the booth. I'll be at the LM.C booth.
Yeah, Winona
or
will
the
be at the
baby
LM.C.
booth, one of those booths, whatever booth Fake Star is doing, I'll be at that booth.
Yeah, she'll be at the Fake Star booths. So yeah, that's a good thing to bring up. What's the other thing that Fake Star is bringing? It's
Baby the Stars Shine Bright.
Yeah.
Haruka Kurebayashi, the Instagram model / fashion model. She's like big in fashion and social media. And
okay.
shoot, there's one more. I want to say there's one more, but I can't remember it. All these names were thrown at me as I said I could go, and then as they were coming up, I was like, "Oh, okay, cool," and failed to retain them all.
Okay, I see.
That's 3 of them. That's 3 of them for sure.
Okay.
Let me go check the Tekko guest list, and I'll probably remember.
Yeah. So so you guys got a lot of little things. I'm pulling up the merch that they've announced for LM.C. So let's see.
Oh, but it's supposed to be a really great weekend. You know, the last time LM.C was, oh wow, Vic Mignogna is going to be at this one too. Sorry, just a voice actor who's at every con ever, Vic Mignogna. I'm sorry, I just couldn't help that. Let me not get into that right now. Yeah, so it's been a while since LM.C has been here. I want to say like it hasn't been too long, but it's been like maybe a year or 2 since they were last like in the States in general. But it's been a while since they were like on the East Coast, because the last time they were here, they were like somewhere in the Midwest.
I see. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, so it looks like the details about more details about LM.C's events at TekkoCon are going to be coming out tonight. But they are not out yet. So,
and there's going to be like limited edition merchandise.
Yes, that was the other thing we heard.
Yeah, it's going to look dope. It's going to be some posters and some T-shirts and something else that I can't remember what it was, but it's on the LM.C Facebook page. So.
Yeah. So okay. So what you guys do want to follow though is the Fake Star USA Facebook page. That's where the details.
Follow both. Por que no los dos?
Yeah, follow both for sure. So let's see. What do we have so far? So they have the concert on Saturday, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Concert is Saturday. Fashion show Friday.
Fashion show Friday.
There's typically a tea party of some kind. I don't know if there will be a tea party. Don't listen to me. Don't take my word for it.
Okay, I am sharing my screen real quick for Fake Star. So when you get to the booth, if you have a question for Mana, you can submit your questions.
That was from SakuraCon.
That's from SakuraCon?
It
Mana, not Maya. Yeah, just kidding.
It says Mana-sama in the corner, and it's all
I'm on the wrong thing. That's Pentagon. Now I'm way on the wrong thing. Oh God.
Jeff,
oh God.
Get your life together.
Oh God. Oh God. I saw Mana and thought Maya because I'm such an LM.C.
As Jeff like dives into the deep pit of the internet.
Yeah. Okay. This is what we got right now, right? So.
Postcards. That was the other
poster. Thing. Okay, the postcards are dope though. Let me see if I can get. They have the pictures. I don't think it's
somewhere on there. I think, but
it looks like
the band members.
This is like Maya with the
American flag.
It looks like a blanket too, like American flag blanket.
Yeah, I see the fringe.
Yeah, and there's IG.
Use them to count down.
Yeah, these are
good. They took my advice. Great. Yeah, they used them to count down until the show.
Yeah, so
everyone should always do. Counting down gets people excited.
So you're gonna have postcards of that, and so that's cool. Fake Star once again coming through with the dope shirts. Let me see if I can make this.
As always.
Can I make this bigger? Oh, did that get bigger for you guys?
Not really.
No. Okay. Because it just took up my whole screen, and now it's all point of reference.
Got like a little bit bigger.
Okay, I'm just gonna zoom in. So you have the IG shirt, you have the Maya shirts. Yeah, I was very satisfied with the Pentagon shirt when I was at Acon in the summer. So they've been on point with the merch lately. Live DVD, Yawn D Fever Max. Oops.
Yawn D Fever Max.
Yawn D Fever Max. Yeah, regular and holographic poster, all very stylized, all very like very US friendly and facing, but like still very stylistic, which is cool. They're really playing to like the
very Western VK.
They're really playing to like LMC's specific kind of Oshari, you know, like the fashionable kind. They've kind of gone from, I don't know if they were ever Genki Oshari actually, but they've really settled into like these high fashion kind of looks recently. I may pull up their looks in a second after this, but okay. So towel, tour pamphlet, tote bag, choker, pouch, shoulder pouch, t-shirt, fur bag charm, fur wristband, aroma candle. That's great.
It's an aroma candle. Oh, yes. That's great. Fur bag charm.
Does it smell like gummy bears or something? Like, I'm trying to think like what that
aroma candle, is that what you're saying? Like,
yeah,
gummy bears? No, I think
what is the appropriate smell for LMC?
No, LMC's gone down like a darker aesthetic route because they're Oshari, right? So like they're all wearing black. Like the image that we used for this stream to promote it was like, well, I edited it so it looked super pink, but they're literally wearing black and surrounded by black smoke. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's something like, you know, like just like flowers, something like lilacs or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Or like going off of like their last album, it could be incense, you know, like meditation incense or something.
Something darker, something strong.
So yeah. Yeah, I should probably pull up like their different looks and stuff like that. Like
how they've looked over the years.
So the t-shirts are Maya and IG with the US flag. I didn't see the US flag in the background. The Maya and IG with the US flag was the postcards that they had. The shirts were the zoomed, or well, I zoomed in, but oh no, it is. I'm looking at it again. It's just there's a lot of text over it. It says smiling. Never gonna stop singing, shining, smiling. We all live under the same. God, that's really small. We all live under the same stars. Never gonna stop singing, shining, smiling. Yeah. Damn. Okay, cool. So they're like really going in with the with like, you know, interfacing with like the Americans and stuff.
Finding out about the guests coming to Tekko that I didn't know. Shit.
Yeah. So let me unlock the screen. Yeah.
How's these going? Dang. Y'all should go. You guys should go to Tekko.
Yeah.
Not just for LMC, but like you should go to Tekko.
Yeah, do we want to talk, because there is a TekkoCon pre-show, so do we want to talk about
TekkoCon pre-show? We should talk about TekkoCon and why people should go to TekkoCon. It's in Pittsburgh. It's from April 5th to 8th. I'll be there tomorrow. I'll be there April 5th. I'm gonna head down there at like 10 a.m. and take a 6-hour drive with one of my friends who works at Fake Star. And see, I don't know all the details on the schedule yet because those haven't been announced like at all, but there will be a panel, there will be a concert, there will be an autographing somewhere in there. Should be autographings. They're usually autographing. The fashion show, it is Baby the Stars Chambray and Haruka Kurebayashi. They're the only, like them and LMC, those are the only three under Fake Star. So I'll be running around those guests, trying to make sure everyone's happy, trying to make sure everyone buys merch. So please come to the booth and just hang out and talk to me if you want to, or buy merch. It's cool. Either way works, but it's going to be a fun weekend. It'll be a really fun weekend, and the show should be dope. It's been a while since I came over to the East Coast, so I think they're going to be excited about that. LMC, I mean.
Yeah. That's a cool pro tip for you guys. If you guys ever, if you want to maximize the chance of like running into us, any con that's got like a fake star event going on, there's usually one of us there. We usually like help fake star out with their booths and stuff, and because they help us out with a lot of stuff as well. So we help each other out a lot. But
we've known how I put this, the people who run Fake Star, we've known them for a long time. So
Fake Star is the best star.
Fake Star, more like real star. Am I right, guys?
More like world star.
Rock star.
More like rock star.
Like the Kyoharu reference.
Yeah. Asuka says very positive messages. Yeah, that's like really like they LFC's music just comes across so authentically like positive.
I feel like that's just because of the music is always just positive. That's just because of the beat, I feel like.
Yeah, it's just so they do like this kind of music that it's like it's this really pop punk thing taken to like a whole other level, and they're so upbeat. And they do like these really catchy, kind of goofy Oshare sounds. And they're one of those bands that it's like, they're one of the few bands that can kind of do that and own it without it coming off like corny or something like that. I don't know. Maybe some of the Visual K fans that are like more into the heavy stuff probably think it sounds corny to begin with. But like, I just know that there's like other bands that have tried to do what LMC does on the regular, and it comes off very like they're like yay ta 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 ta, and it's like just very like it just comes off like that didn't quite land. But like with LMC, like I don't know, it seems really authentic. I guess the newer example of that would be Vivarush. Like their vocalist does like has so many antics that's like should not work, but work for him. But
Rui Maru is a different character. He's very, very expressive. He embodies the Genki part of Genki Yosharike that Vivarush is.
Viva
LMC
Rush.
is just Jeff Vivarush, but LMC is I haven't met them before. I can't really speak about their personalities, but they seem more toned down.
Hey Winona, did you mean LM.C? You said LMC. That's obviously not the way they pronounce it.
Obviously, I meant lovelymakokachang.com. That's obviously what it stands for.
But okay, so you double wrong. Ha. I got you. Oh man. So what was the last LMC? We should be being joined hopefully by Shiro relatively soon, and she's like super into LMC, so we can talk about like a lot of LMC when she gets there. When she gets here, but if not, we can. There's plenty to get into. So when did you stop listening exactly, Winona?
That's a hard question. I'd say probably around the time that somewhere around the time that I was on VKH, but that's a 6-year span. I'll be right back though, because I have to move.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be right back on the stream. So I'm gonna make my moves out of here.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right. I will take over in the meantime. So it's been very, very fun getting back into LMC's like stuff. I remember back in the day when I found Rock the LM.C, like their very first one, which is like that rap rock one. The rock the LM.C. I was very much like, what is this? Like, this is like, they went for it, because it's like, I don't know, like the last thing I'd heard in the States that was like that was Limp Bizkit, and these guys were the polar opposite of Limp Bizkit in terms of like demeanor, I guess. Limp Bizkit is just kind of, there's a reason they fell out of popularity, but yeah, so then there's that, and then they really took off with stuff like Oh My Julia and Boys and Girls and things like that. And then I lost track of them during let's see, I lost track of them around the time Aha came out as a single. I think I'd been listening to them on and off up until that point, and then I might have gotten hit by the same thing that Winona did, which was like this giant influx of like heavy music and stuff like that. But yeah, the Strong Pop album. But then like I doubled back and found it, and I was like, oh wow, Aha is like really awesome. And then like if you found and then if you've like seen the look for that, it was like very strikingly different. Like they went from like their blonde, Maya went from his blonde hair to like, pink hair with like almost like a goth punk aesthetic, but like more Oshare. I guess that's the easiest way to describe it. And then they really got me hooked back in the day with man, I forgot how long ago this was, because this was like 2012. So then they had Double Dragon, which was, I really like that song. I really like that PV, because it was set up like a kind of like a almost like either like, I don't know if you'd call it like a Power Rangers kind of like fight scenes and stuff, or just like an old style like Japanese kung fu movie, like street kung fu movie and stuff. But yeah, that was really cool. That was just, it was all really well done. There was like playing in the background as the story was unfolding, and then they got to this final fight, and it was it very much reminded me of like like old school Power Rangers. Like if you remember watching that back in the day, where it's like they're in costumes and they're doing martial arts, and it's like, very obviously scripted, but then they like transform, and it's just like they blur really quick, and then they change costumes. It was like, it's a very nice throwback. And then Mana and IG are like rocking out in the background during that. That was done really, really well. And then after that, they had My Favorite Monster. I'm skipping ahead just to 2013, but they had My Favorite Monster, and I really like that song as well. So these guys have like, I don't consider myself a fan of many bands, so I don't know if I'm like a fan of LMC, just because it's like so hard for me to stay up with like bands outside of like the ones I have to cover and things like that. But LMC, like, it does a really good job of just like every now and then just doing something that just like really like hits home for me. So another one of those was My Favorite Monster, and they were kind of doing the IG was playing on that strange like electric guitar that has like the touchpad where you would strum the guitar, and it was very dance oriented. It was more dance pop than like rock, but like again, they pulled it off really well, and the lyrics for it are like pretty cool. It's a cool concept, and the PVs shot really well. All their PVs are shot very well, actually. It just matches the personality really well. And then I missed out on well, they had Perfect Fantasy and Perfect Rainbow in 2014. And I think I was listening to Perfect Fantasy for a little bit. I at least knew the singles off of it. And then Perfect Rainbow I missed. But then with Veda, I got into Veda, which came out in 2016. And again, just a really interesting album, really it doesn't quite have the poppy flavor to it. Like the happy poppy flavor. Not to the same level. Like it's much more toned down. So it seems like it seems like they're maturing basically, just like as a band. But they're still making it still upbeat. But it's like more catchy. It's more dynamic. You know, it's they're doing things that are like there's more things in their music now that I'm like giving them props for like going for it, like as opposed to like easy, stuff that would be easy for them because it's like it's LMC. So like this pop rock, pop punk, whatever you want to call it thing is very, very straightforward, very easy for them because they were good at it from day one. So really really cool stuff. So let's see what the chat has to say. Did you hear any of that, Winona?
No.
Oh, okay. I just went through like just my side of like what I'd followed with them because I had doubled back and found so like I missed Strong Pop when it came out, which was like 2012. And that was with Aha and Super Duper Galaxy.
Yeah, Strong Pop.
So I found that, a few years back. And then but the one that so I think if I remember correctly, I really like Super Duper Galaxy. Like I thought that was like that's the like clubby one, but it's like with the synths that are like I don't know. Again, like this is stuff that would be so cringe if like other bands did it, but like they pull it off, and I don't know how they're doing that. But I don't know. But I was just pointing out some of the stuff that really resonated with me because they just do this every now and then where they just make something that I'm just like, yes. So I had talked about Double Dragon. Did you ever listen to that or see the music video for that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I listened to that and I thought it was like it's because the way how I listen, I'm a passive casual listener of LM.C at this point. Like I follow them as far as when we have headlines come up on our site, right? Because I follow VKH like I should with the notifications on Twitter. So whenever I see that LM.C has a new release out, I like now that they're on Apple Music, I try and get it on Apple Music and then just play it with everything else. And then if it stands out to me, I see the name and remember it. So yeah, Double Dragon was one of the ones that stood out to me because I remember the name. And I'm listening to Meta right now because I did a bad job on keeping up. So I'll react to that as a stream.
I should probably ask you if you're up to date before I just add you to these streams. So, but because I know you weren't up to date with Dive, or you just weren't super into Dive either. So
I wasn't super into Dive, but I do really like Acme.
Yes, this is true.
And LM.C. See, I love LM.C for nostalgia, right? Because I got super into them when I was first getting into VK. Because it's one of those bands that are like, LM.C is like a staple band that you get into when you get into VK. It's like Alice 9. Well, maybe not so much Alice 9 as it is like. No, LM.C is a staple Oshari K band, and then there's everyone else because it's like there's Visual K, and then the first one you learn about from there is Oshari K, and then you learn about the other ones. And LM.C was literally one of the first bands that I knew of that were Oshari K, other than what was the one that June from Gachirocca did his solo project? I forgot what it was called already.
What was the question?
June from Gachirocca, he did his solo project, and it was an Oshari K duo, and he stopped because he said Spiv States. That's the other one. I don't know how I came across them, but I came across them through LM.C on YouTube, and I was like, oh wow.
We don't speak about Spiv States.
We don't speak of Spiv States.
That was
I liked Spiv States.
That was James's like official stance on it. He's like, we don't talk about states.
That's kind of how you guys are about, like Fest the Pest, like.
Oh, we talk about Fest the Pest, but just
Fest Banquer.
we just have to, yeah, we talk about Fest Banquer, but I have to be careful like how hard I go into it, because we want to keep this like good vibe city and stuff, but the reviewer in us, like in me and in James and in you sometimes too, like just kind of jumps out and is like, what the fuck are they thinking with this? And then like, there's I don't want to piss off fans that of them and stuff that are watching. They feel bad, but yeah, there's certain bands like that.
Well, my point of view so far on how LM.C has changed their sound, because I'm listening to the Buddha right now, is yeah, they're well, I know that they're trying to find a way to make Osharike Vogue again, right? Because that's what they are. And a lot of their fans overseas right now are like older. Like there isn't really a new generation of fans that are into Osharike, but you have a new generation of Osharike coming up instead. But I don't think that LM.C knows that, because like it's just a lot of like older fans. Like I want to say that the youngest fan that they might know of is my age. So yeah, they are trying to transform their music
to match their fans' age.
Not to match other bands, to bring in a younger audience. To like show that they're still, or at least they're just trying to make new music at this point for themselves. Who knows? But it sounds really good.
Well, they seem about as mature as as grown up as their fans are, like from this last album,
Yeah.
Like it's still. I was saying while you were moving that it's still poppy and catchy, but it's just not like that more adolescent flavor of like oh my Juliet and Punky Heart and stuff like that. It's like
probably just growing up with their older fans as it is.
Yeah. So you are in the process of listening to Veda?
Yes, I am right now.
So you got through the Buddha, the first track. Yeah. What do you think? Right? It's pretty wild for LM.C, right?
Yeah, it's very different for LM.C. Like this, it's going to be really interesting to hear what they decide to play live, given what their discography is right now. Like they're going to have to play some of their like classics, right? Like they have to play Punky Heart, I feel like, or maybe they don't have to because they've already been here. But if it had been a while since they last came here, then they wouldn't have to. But
well, I see a lot of chatter on social media that it's like, oh, I love LM.C so much, but then they mention like just their old stuff. So I think there's a lot of fans that like fell off like following them, but just still really like them.
Yeah, I don't know when. I'm wondering when everyone fell off, because I feel like everyone fell off at the same time.
I think I know. What? I think it's when their music started disappearing from YouTube, which was around the time Aha came out, if I remember correctly, because that's when I fell off, and that was part of the reason.
That makes sense.
I mean, like, if it's a band, like, if it's your number one band, then you're going to be like way up to date on them regardless, right? So like with the Gazette has a lot of people who they're their number one band for, and so they will rapidly go find their music, like they'll order it, they'll and all of that, but unless it's like your top band, and for LM.C, like LM.C is like a great band, but there's a lot of crossover between like them and I would imagine there's a lot of crossover in fans between them and Sug and Cafe and stuff
like those are all Shari bands, and like well, the thing is like I want to say like bands like I don't want to say Osharike is dead. It's not. It's just it already ran its course, right? Earlier in the thousands, and now we're just on a different trend of heavy music. And you were talking about it earlier, like we're kind of starved for lighter music right now, and and bands like LM.C who are super poppy, and their music just like is really just like a lot of ear candy, really easy to get into and understand, is not what people want to hear right now. So it's kind of sad, but it's gonna take a little while before their kind of music becomes popular again.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah,
can't find it on Spotify. Yeah, I think I had to buy it.
Yeah, it's too new for them to put it on Spotify or any kind of streaming service because it's not on Apple Music. Like you have to buy it off iTunes. All their all their stuff before Veda is available, like on stream on at least Apple Music, but Veda wouldn't be available to purchase yet. I'd say when they have another release, it probably would be. It looks like that's the kind of cycle that they're working with.
Yeah, I'm glad they're finally at least making their past stuff available, because now I can go back and listen to the ones that I missed, which was like Perfect Rainbow and Perfect Fantasy. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I think I listened to Perfect Rainbow, but I can't remember because that came out a little while ago.
Back in my day, 2007 to 2008, staples were like Gazette, Garugamesh. And then she says sorry for breaking it up. During Gray, Death Gaze, Sadie, and Lynch. Yeah,
half of those are gone. I don't know. Some of those are still staples. Like they're even bigger staples now. But Garugamesh is just a really big influencer now because they're not around anymore. And then Sadie is, I don't know. They started to copy During Gray a little bit, and we were like, nah. And then they disbanded, right?
No, then they don't. Yeah, I mean, as much as I'd like to forget, like they had another album after that, and it was called Gangsta.
And then they stopped, right?
Yeah, but they did the During Gray inspired one, and then the one that was the one we were on the fence about, because it was like at the time we'd been talking about it, and we were like, okay, it sounds a lot like During Gray, but it still does sound like Sadie a bit. And also it's not bad. Like I like it. I'm listening to it. And I like things that sound like things I like. And we were having that issue with like a lot of bands at the time. Like Screw was like sounding like the Gazette. Like
we were like this was a point where we were like, I want to say like 2010 is when we were starting to get on the verge of like going into what is currently the trend of like heavy music and stuff. And coming out of what was the trend of poppy music, like Sharkey was on a steep downhill, or at least it was on a downhill at that point. And like we were like, man, like Visual K ain't looking too good right now. Like these albums aren't great, because like I think the Gazette came out with like Toxic, and we were like, and we were like, oh no, it's not.
Oh, speak for yourself. I was so down with Toxic. I don't even care, dude. I was so
some tracks on Toxic, but I know like Toxic was like the least popular album for the band, and everybody's like, and I was like,
Album as a whole, like say what you want, but like all of the like as an album, like it's not great because like it doesn't flow super well.
Yeah, but that was what I mean. Yeah,
the number of like promotional tracks and fan favorites that have come from that album is like it's almost every single one of them. Like
yeah, there's a lot of those are featured on Traces, but in terms of LM.C though, this stream is about before we go on another tangent.
Yeah, way to go, bringing up the Gazette again. I'm sure people love that.
I was talking about trends in music and where LM.C stands right now, and how they'll become popular again when the trend rises. But honestly, they're still doing pretty good on their own. They're actually super active over here, which is really crazy. Like not super active in terms of like, hardcore promotion, but in terms of like how they've done better about coming over to the States a little more often. Because the last time they were here, I really want to say it was last year or the year before, which is like a pretty quick turnaround for how long it typically takes a band to come back here,
Yeah, that's a very quick turnaround,
Yeah.
I wonder if have you seen any of their live performances, like either in person or on DVD or anything like that? Is there I'm wondering if there's like less of a budget involved with having a 2-person duo.
That depends, man. Like, I don't know. The only other thing I could think of is like if they were like that kind of 2-person band that has the same supporting members all the time, that like those supporting members are technically part of the band, but not like part of the face of the band.
Oh, true.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, I don't. I think what it is with LMC is like the way that they sound. It's like they can get away with a lot, but they would probably end up having like supporting bassists, like a support bassist, a support another, maybe a second support guitarist, and a support drummer, like that they could hire like in the country instead of like bringing over the usual support. But they might not do that because a lot of people have their favorites. So.
Yes, this is true. This is very true. I hope the guy, the skull guy, you know, comes over. Like, yeah, the guy that wears the skull with the faux hawk or the mohawk. He's in every single one of their PVs, Winona. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, okay. He might come over. I'll let you know, fam.
Yeah, definitely. So we will definitely. That's the other thing we should mention is that we are going to have a post-concert stream live from Tekko. Well, you and Shira will be, and you guys are going to check in with us and tell us how the concert went and how everything's going. It's going to go on Saturday evening at a to-be-announced time. So
we don't know what the schedule looks like.
It's going to be a little touch and go. Maybe I'm probably going to put up something ahead of time. But like maybe we can just pick a safe time and then like, I don't know. We'll figure it out, but we're going to have an article up soon. Hey, Shira's here.
Hi, the person who actually knows things about LM.C, so I don't have to cry at my lack of knowledge.
I'm so sorry I'm late. Oh my gosh, things were not going well today.
Oh, no worries. Okay. I had enough knowledge from my like periodic check-ins with LM.C, especially like their last album. So we've been covering a little bit of that, and we covered like what we know about the con and stuff. So
they do have, just FYI, they do have regular support members. I'm looking at them right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's Hiko on bass, Defo on drums, JK on keyboard, and Denki Man is the VJ. Trying to figure out who you're talking about, so I can tell you who's who.
So, Shira, excited?
I am very excited, as both a VKH press member and a fan of LM.C.
Yes.
I've been a fan of them. Oh my gosh. I can't remember how long. I think it was 17, 18.
Oh, wow.
And my little sister's going. She's been a fan of them since before she hit double digits. So
wow, that's cool.
So yeah, I'm super excited. This is going to be so fun.
Do you have well, first of all, like what's your favorite, like what's some of your favorite LM.C music?
Oh my gosh. I'm unfortunately a sucker to the earlier stuff. When I got into them, like my favorite album is Chemical Impact. It's always been my favorite album. Yeah, it would be more their earlier stuff. I unfortunately haven't had a chance to listen to their newest stuff. I haven't listened to like the newest stuff.
Okay.
Don't know I don't know what I had. Let me look quickly. I have I don't know how much I have of them. I know I have a lot. I just don't know what's the newest.
Okay, yeah. We'll maybe we can show you where to get it after the stream, because on
Okay.
the next stream, I'll be really interested to see what you think of it.
Okay.
Also because like, especially because it'll be after the concert, because I'm sure there's a good chance they'll be playing some of the stuff there. But it was very different for some things. Like if you were to just listen to the first track, you would have been like, oh my god, this is going to be completely different. But like it's not like super different, but like they just try a lot of different things. They seem to be maturing a little bit. Like it's not like bubblegum pop rock anymore. It's like more like chill,
super slick right now.
Oh, that's not.
It's not.
Sounds like I like it.
That's a what?
Oh, I said it sounds like I like it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, it's interesting. It's just I totally didn't expect it from them, but it got. I mean, I was really happy with it. It's very, very clever, very fun to listen to. But all their old stuff as well is very fun to listen to. I was telling Winona, this is the most fun I've had prepping for a stream, because I hadn't listened to like my LM.C catalog for like almost 5 months since I was just playing it all afternoon, and I'm like in the best of moods now. Yeah.
I know, that's what I was doing too. Ever since I found out that LM.C was coming to Tekko, I went right into my iTunes and started listening to all my favorite music by them, and I'm like, this is gonna be so much fun. I hope they play one of my favorite songs. That'd be awesome. That would make my day.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, are you gonna get the merch and everything like that?
Yes, yeah, I will. I'm gonna get the merch. I actually have some stuff here too. I was debating. I actually have an LM.C shirt from when let's see, what was that single that came out? Hold on, I have it here. I think it was like Monster something. Anyway, yeah, it was like Monster something. It was a single. And
My Favorite Monster.
Yeah, and
that's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah,
I really liked that. I really liked what they did there.
And the one limited edition came with a shirt, and I wanted the shirt, and I got it. Hold on, I can get it quickly and show you.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Okay, plus my cat wants out, so.
Yeah, no, yeah.
One sec.
Oh boy. I'm jealous now. Now that I'm thinking about it, like
you're like, I'm gonna play it in the background. Haha.
Yeah. Asuka's watching a Budokan live of Punky Heart.
Yes.
There are a bunch of Skull Mask people on stage doing furry or whatever. Was it Furitsuke? Furitsuke?
Furitsuke.
There we go. Okay. Yeah. See?
Awesome.
Yeah. So like has the LM.C label on it. Yeah.
Nice.
And it's got that on the back.
Stay real.
Yep.
Stay real.
So yeah. So I'm debating about bringing that along or not.
The shirts that they have this time are very interesting.
Oh really? I didn't get to see them.
Okay, let me do this again just in case anybody else is coming in late. But because I mentioned it, but I wasn't showing it while I was reading. So this is the merch that we know about.
Okay, I did see that. I like that.
Yeah, so these are the postcards, and I think if I go here, like you can kind of see what the postcards are looking like. But so the shirt, if I can get in closer. Oh yeah, okay. So what I'm seeing is, hold on 1 second, let me lock my window. So, okay. So what I'm seeing is, so it's them with their American flag, and then it says, "We all live under the same stars." never gonna stop singing, shining, smiling. So
Yeah, I saw that.
very nice.
I can't remember if it was from they sent that through Line but I know I saw that somewhere. Maybe I was on Maya's Twitter.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I was.
Yeah, they're really working their like more mature Oshara aesthetic for all their merchant stuff now. Like, you know.
That's very fine with me.
Yeah, yeah, same.
That is very fine with me.
Yeah, we can't. Not all of us can rock that like black and pink and you know, like all the time. You know, like oh man.
Well, I'm rocking pink.
Yes, well, that's why I said not all of us. You can. I probably can't.
Oh, maybe you could rock the purple in it.
I don't know if I want to risk it. I already got called a girl in the chat tonight.
Oh,
so, yeah.
It's
Well,
okay.
That's okay.
It's
no,
okay.
Let it stop you, Jeff.
Don't let that stop you. Yeah.
Let that stop you. Live your life.
No, I can. Or, dude, are you kidding me? Like,
color them long, gorgeous locks.
Do you know? Like, do you know the level of like what's in like normativity, something like that in South Florida? Like,
oh gosh.
Yeah, so it's nothing new, but no, I think honestly, like pink and purple would be too much for me. I do.
Blue might look good. I think blue would look good.
Yeah, that's kind of
yeah.
That's where I was like headed towards, but I will wear purple. But yeah. Anyway, getting back on track. I had a question. We were just talking about something that we didn't really know the answer to. Okay. But you might. Did you notice like at a certain point, maybe it was like right around the time Aha came out as a single, where like just a bunch of like fans kind of fell off with their current activities?
Yeah, I've noticed that. Like, I haven't heard anyone like speak of LM.C in a long time. The only thing that picked it up is them coming to Tekko.
Right. Yeah.
I have noticed that.
Do you have any idea why that was? My theory was that was when their music started disappearing from like YouTube.
Yeah, probably. With the less access you have to stuff like that in general, the less, the more you're going to lose people because they're like, we can't listen to this. It's too much trouble to try and find, it's somewhere else or something like that. And, people are just like, we don't want to put in the effort or this isn't worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true. That's where these all these like smaller bands that that you really follow a lot, and then Winona and I usually find a couple that get us hooked, or that's where they're really like coming through or like capitalizing on like
yeah, they're learning.
Yeah, like Island, I think like has gotten like a good following and stuff just from being available on YouTube.
They're all, they have. That's why I'm glad they actually put their stuff up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because their stuff is good enough that that people should hear.
And that's also the kind of band, maybe it's just that whole genre that like is like you usually don't see it on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it took Versailles forever to get their stuff up on YouTube, like while they were major. Like, well, no, I mean, it wasn't even while they were major. It's like when they were major, like all their stuff started disappearing. And then after they went on hiatus, it just disappeared. And then around the time they announced that they were getting back together, I think they like put up their own YouTube channel and re-uploaded all their PVs. But like stuff like that was like whoa. So
yeah.
I think like I don't know if you've followed Mamireta at all.
I'd have to see the name.
They are the band that has the that Ojamashimas song with the
They're one of those bands where their songs are kind of more like sound effects for things. Even their newest one was like, nah.
They're heavier, so it's like, so I wasn't sure, like you might not have found them, but it's like they're funny heavy. But that's a really good example of a band that's capitalized on like just like internet like attention. Because like people are like, oh, this is fantastic. Like I love it. This stuff. I think someone in our chat called themselves Mommy Diretta Trash the other day.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I like the harder stuff. I used to listen to Distraught Overlord and
I've
seen Duran Gray live. How many times? I mean, come on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just
Kira's hip is what she's telling you.
Yep.
She's hip.
I listen to if I like it, I'll listen to it.
Okay, well, I
have a song called Avocado.
I just sent it in the side chat. If
no one
you
told me
check it out, because it's like a really funny
Avocado.
I just never have seen the door knocking.
We need to take in this moment where LM.C has a song called Avocado.
Oh yeah.
And
I saw that. I've seen that. That's pretty.
I mean, I thought Fight Club was dope. I thought Monroe Rock. Yeah, Monroe Walk. I can't say that for some reason. Monroe Walk was like a super popular single, or at least like it was a really popular song. It did really well when we did the what's it called? The crowd.
Oh, I know
the fan votes. So we did the fan votes. That song did super well. Yeah, I'm about halfway through this album right now. Avocado.
Oh, it was Asuka that called herself Mommy Diretta Trash. And then she also says nah nah.
Nah. Nah.
Yeah, they have another song that's just all that.
I have to get you to do some break dancing. I don't know why. It's how the vocalist is presenting.
That's a helicopter move.
Oh my goodness.
Funny.
That's so funny. Oh my
God. Their first PV they put up is just like, it's like a security cam footage is what it looks like. So like a kind of a above perspective of them just like pigging out on like a bunch of food in like a restaurant, like, you know, at the seated like cross-legged kind of table, you know, like from a Japanese restaurant, but it's just like all this food and they're just like digging into it, and then they just like randomly look up at the camera every now and then just like all at once, and then they just like go back to it. Yeah. Oh man,
that's funny. Oh my gosh, that's great. Oh my
I feel like LM.C could really like you know, benefit from, you know, having their personality show through a little bit on YouTube, guys. Come on.
Yeah, don't get me started.
No, get started.
Some of my, oh my gosh, like you won't find official uploads of Chemical Impact like
from 2012
anywhere.
2012 to 2017. There's nothing official from LM.C.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what happened. I feel like something happened with Pony Canyon, because like now they're on Pony Canyon, right? Or at least the stuff that's on Spotify is uploaded by Pony Canyon, and then the stuff on iTunes is from Victor Entertainment. So I'm just like, bro, what happened for those 5 years? Those were really critical 5 years that we missed out on. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch out for Pony Canyon. They crack down pretty hard on YouTube. That's one thing I've learned.
No, not even that. It's like everything that came from them. Like there wasn't anything put up from them for 5 years.
Yeah. And then stuff that was up disappeared. I think the earliest one that might be official is John.
No, like the stuff maybe, but like the stuff. I want to say Wonderful Wonderholic was like the last thing that was official that I'd seen that's like floating on the internet. But
I thought I saw John was an official upload. Maybe it was on an old, I don't remember.
They still have their YouTube channel, but I don't know if they're still using it. Their music videos aren't really available, but like now their music is available again. But their music was available like anything from 2012 to 2017, you aren't going to be able to get on iTunes. I don't know why, but you won't. So
it's really getting to be an issue, like to the point where when the Gazette has to embed their PV on their own website, just so everybody can see it.
Yeah.
Like that's how you know it's like really out of control.
Yeah, it's starting to get really bad.
Yeah. You know what would be a great way to turn that around is if
everyone upload their stuff on Facebook.
No,
never mind.
Well,
Facebook's going down. I take it back.
On their official Facebooks, by the way.
That's what I mean. Yeah, their official Facebooks. But the way how Facebook's going, that's a whole other conversation. So.
Oh yeah. Assuming they're going to be
maybe
around by the
not.
end of the year.
My bad.
Facebook is dying like MySpace.
Yeah.
No, MySpace had a whole different thing.
Well, no, I'm just saying it's dying in general.
Yeah.
Facebook
Tom from MySpace was right.
I mean, it depends on like two things, right? Like, because MySpace was a very special case where it just died overnight. Like, everybody left.
Yeah.
That could happen with Facebook if like one more thing, like, I don't know. I feel like people
if they have to pay all those fines that they're talking about, then yeah, Facebook is gonna go down.
Yeah, that's the other thing is it's like they could do 2 or 3 more like major privacy fails, and maybe that pisses people off enough that like they all leave. But then if they do like get investigated by the FC, I forget which industry it was, or which government agency it is, but they're facing they're facing trillions of dollars of fines. So if they get even a fraction of that, then they're done. They're just done. They're done.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, maybe Facebook would be the best platform. But there'll be a Facebook. There'll be a new Facebook. There'll be a new YouTube if YouTube goes under.
There's always something there to replace them that rises up.
What I was gonna say is that like it might come off as a bit rude, but it almost might be in the best interests of like promoters or venues or conventions that work with Japanese bands to like have as a requirement that that their music is available for in the area that they're going to perform, in order to come over here. Because I mean that's kind of the reality of this. I mean that's kind of how it should be, in my opinion. Is it's like you're either in this or you're not. Because if you don't have your music up and you don't have a way for people to spread it around to promote it, you're not going to sell at the show. You're going to break even, best case scenario, and then you're never going to come back. And so you wasted your time, the band's time, and the venue's time, and it's a little rude. It would probably be especially a little rude by Japanese cultural standards, but maybe that needs to happen. I don't know. I'm not in that business, so I can only give wild judgments and stuff. So what were these? Are there any fan favorites that you think LM.C might play at the concert, Shiro?
Fan favorites?
Like any live specials or anything like that they do?
I've never actually been able to see them, so I don't know what things they normally play.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just know
same issue.
That we like get into the band. We got into the band before live DVDs were like readily accessible.
Exactly. I mean,
I don't know how to put this in a way like legally readily accessible. Like you probably couldn't even find the concerts on YouTube.
You see this? This was the first LM.C thing I got, and I bought it at Hot Topic.
Oh yeah, right back when Maru Music sold stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was sold through Maru Music because Maru Music sold like big name artists, and I don't know what happened. They went bankrupt. They're sad. They were through Free Will. They worked with Free Will Records.
I'm just having this mental image of some like high school kid walking
stumbling across Garugamesh in a Hot Topic because that
I did that.
Yeah, see?
Across LM.C, like they pick up like what Marilyn Manson, Cannibal Corpse, and they're like, "Oh, this looks retro. Maybe it's some wild retro metal." And then it's like, what?
They see like the leopard print and they think maybe it's like AC/DC, and then they put it on and it's not.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
That's exactly what happened. I stumbled on to Gilgamesh and LM.C in Hot Topic when they sold.
Yeah.
That. But,
exactly. Mario Music was it, bro. Like they used to sell it in what's it called? FYE too.
Yeah.
Like, and Duran Gray, they used to sell Duran Gray.
I think they're still there.
Nah,
they're not.
Gone now.
Really?
No, Mario Music's gone, and all those CDs are gone.
I thought, oh wow,
I've been hunting for CDs just so I can have a relic of the past.
In my defense, I have not been in FYE in like 3 years.
Nah, I frequent it. Like, what's crazy about FYE is they don't even. I'm sorry to go on a whole spiel about FYE, but
that's fine.
I'm down with talking about FYE.
They don't even sell like One OK Rock or Cold Rain or Crossfaith or anything like that. Like these are bands that are like at this point like so integrated into the U.S. music market that it just makes sense now to try and sell them in the stores, right? Like, wouldn't you think that a band that's signed to a U.S. label would sell their things in the music shops? But not
or Miyavi.
Yeah, or Miyavi. Miyavi doesn't sell stuff either in music shops. They don't think about that. They just make it available on iTunes and stuff because nobody buys CDs anymore. But what if you do?
I do.
Then you're absolutely not being catered to anymore. You're like fourth priority. Like seriously,
it's not a thing anymore. You're not gonna get their CDs. But I kind of want to buy the CD just to support the artist properly.
Yeah.
You're not
a thing.
Okay, but if you're buying CDs like American, you're not really supporting the artist. Like it's not. I don't
helping a little bit. Don't.
You're supporting something.
How do we get?
Don't say you're not supporting the artist because like ultimately then everyone's gonna get the mindset of I'm not doing anything if I don't buy if I buy the CD, but it adds up.
Buy their merch.
CDs are part of their merch though.
No, like
right, but for visual CDs, it's more. It's not because it's a CD.
Most expensive stuff.
No,
but most people like me.
That's the other thing though. Like when bands go on Vans Warped Tour, they usually sell their merch, right? I was able to get a Crossfaith shirt when they were on Vans Warped Tour because I like flipped out when I saw a Crossfaith shirt in Hot Topic a few years ago.
Oh yeah, I got mine.
But when One OK Rock went on tour, or when Cold Rain went on tour, they didn't sell their shirts in Hot Topic. I was like, what the fuck? What's going on? Like,
yeah, I picked up Cold Rain's. I picked up Cold Rain's like shirts. Like
they used to sell Duran Grays there too.
Yeah, I picked up a Duran Gray shirt. Hot Topic. I even got a poster. I got one of the Duran Gray posters from Hot Topic.
I have like 3 shirts from Hot Topic from Duran Gray.
Hot Topic used to be lit, but now they sell like Justin Bieber and like My Little Pony shit stuff. What happened? Like,
also, because like I never went to Hot Topic. Am I even alt?
Am I even?
Yes, you are. I would not want the bands that I enjoy to be associated with Hot Topic.
I don't want to be associated with the current Hot Topic. I want to be associated with like 2010 Hot Topic was still lit, bro. Like at least. Up until like 2014, I want to say is when it really started turning tables, and you're just like, nah, this is fam. Like as soon as My Little Pony came out, when My Little Pony Friendship with Magic came out, that was when it started to change.
They sold out. Hot Topic sold out.
Sold out so hard, but now they're selling like more anime stuff, so I don't know how I feel.
I can't. It's a cringe. It's a cringe.
I was in there yesterday. They have Yuri on Ice in there too.
I mean, I like seeing the Sailor Moon stuff because they're trying to get onto the Sailor Moon Crystal trend, but it's a little late because Sailor Moon Crystal is past. You know,
but it's not like the way that like we're into anime where it's like
where
it's cool. It's kind of cool somehow. These guys, it's like, hey, like anime, right, kids? Like, hey, you know, check out this Mario backpack. And
Mario?
Like, yeah, Mario.
That's Mario. That's yeah.
You'll love this Naruto poster.
Oh my God! Stop.
Guys, you want the
Sketchy
authentic
40-year-old guy with a nose ring.
if you want an authentic anime experience, go to an anime convention, but like be cool though. Like go to TekkoCon, where LM.C did some anime openings.
Oh my God!
I'm still trying to bring it back, but yeah, that was.
Alternatively, you could apply to write for VKH, and if we let you on, like we'll make sure you go to we'll make sure you have the cool anime experience. And
You'll know if it's cool if VKH is endorsing it, and you'll know we're endorsing it if one of us is there. And one of us will be there if Fake Star is there. So boom.
Can we add that to our application page that it's like fast track to like all the non-cringe parts of
convention.
cringe insurance.
Oh, cringe insurance.
We don't have insurance yet, but we offer
There's
cringe.
Definitely cringe at anime conventions. I'm not going to deny that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm already like, oh, the cringing is already started, and I'm not even there yet.
No. The application for VKH will now say, "You're really here for the bands." That's what your T-shirt will say. I'm just here for the band. When you go to an anime convention.
I'm totally down with that shirt because that's like legit me.
Literally us every time we go to a con. We literally only go for the bands, and that's how we end up working these tables because the promoters know we're just there for the bands. They're like, "Why don't you just help with the booth?" So we help with the booth and then befriend them, and that's pretty much what happens.
Yeah, oh my gosh,
I don't like anime. It's just
no, we love anime.
Yeah,
we aren't really down to see like the English dub of an anime we love and see it be smeared by like. Wait. Voice acting has improved a lot. I have to say that because I saw the English dub of My Hero Academia and I was like, yo, that's mad accurate. But in the past, bro, I own the first VHS of Oh My Goddess. And it was from Anime Ego, and it's from 1997. And we've improved. We've come so far, but like when I was like getting into it, it's like no, the dubbing was still just as bad as it was in the late 90s, and it's so cringe. It was like no.
We're also not there for cosplay burlesque shows.
Oh yeah, no, we're not.
Was a thing.
That is a thing. That's still a thing.
Oh, I
went to one because I thought it was going to be hilarious. But I left.
It wasn't.
I left. It was so cringe. I couldn't enjoy it. It was so awkward. I left. It wasn't like dirtier or anything like that. It was dirty and cringe. I just
go for the bands at this point, and sometimes I go to the voice acting panels because there are some voice actors that I really like. But that's about it. Sometimes there's designers there. Sometimes there are illustrators there, but. The illustrators are far and few. Seiyu, like actual Seiyu, like the Japanese Seiyu, those are kind of rare. Those are unicorns, you know what I'm saying? So when there's a voice actor there, I typically don't know who they are because I don't really watch English dub. The only one I know is Vic Mignogna because that's from my childhood and he's everywhere and I'm like, go away. So I don't know.
He's gonna be there at Tekko. I'm so mad.
Tekko. Exactly. This is like the 6th convention I've gone to and Vic Mignogna's gonna be there and I've never met the guy. So I'm just gonna be like,
you don't want to meet that guy.
We're gonna end up meeting. I'm working it. I'm probably gonna meet him at dinner. I don't know. It's gonna be really weird. My guy. So Edward Elric, am I right? And then I'll be like, okay, but what about Elric and Seattle?
Okay, I need to interject real quick because before we go too far off the deep end.
So yeah, TekkoCon.
So I've never been to TekkoCon.
So TekkoCon.
And this is the TekkoCon pre-show. So
I'm just gonna assume he's gonna be a Tekko, but
I'm just going to assume because LM.C is going to TekkoCon that TekkoCon doesn't have any of these problems. It's going to be cool, and you should definitely go. We're talking about other we're talking about other experiences.
And if
not
you
Tekko is where LM.C is.
It's where it's at. It's also where I'm going to be at. So
I've never been there, so I'm excited.
I'm there for conversation while
just to be clear, the stuff we're talking about did not happen at TekkoCon.
Oh yeah,
the stuff won't happen as long as you stick with me. You know what I'm saying?
I'll stay with you, Winona. I'm gonna cling to you, and be like, save me.
I'm just gonna be behind the booth. I'm gonna be safe from all of it. I'll be in the basement behind a table, surrounded by T-shirts and posters. Sometimes at the panels, trying to help set up stuff.
Oh yeah, I'll help wherever's needed too. So just throw me anywhere.
I'm pretty sure my hours are gonna be like from 7 a.m. to 3 a.m. We'll see what happens. No sleep till Brooklyn.
Asuka says, "Where can I watch English subbed anime legally now?" I guess.
Crunchyroll.
Yeah, except from what I understand, it's not the best experience because like.
I watch it normally on my computer, and I have ad blocker, so it actually blocks all of Crunchyroll's ads and just goes directly back to the anime.
I watched it on Verve. I have ad blocker too. Before I got a premium account on Crunchyroll, I had ad blocker on, but that's a bad idea. Support your anime, you know?
No, I had. Well, okay. Hold on.
Wait. But now, account on Verve, and Verve is much better than Crunchyroll. So just go on Verve because you can get Funimation and Crunchyroll.
Supporting anime is not the same as supporting Verve or Crunchyroll. I'm just pointing that out. Okay. That's the same thing as saying supporting Spotify is the same thing as supporting music artists. My general understanding is that those guys are getting not super great compensation for that, and the fans are not getting a great quality version of it because they just get the most recently aired version, but then when they put out the DVD version, they remaster it, and some animes have it's almost like some animes look like borderline unfinished when they first debuted on TV.
There used to be a site that wasn't like I'm about to look like a real otaku right now.
Yeah, go into it.
There was a site I follow multiple anime sites, right? There was one, and they recently went out of business. I don't know what happened, but it was funded by the Japanese government. It was daisuki.net, and they were like straight up like behind. They helped with like Anime World Matsuri and getting that together and stuff like that. Like the people behind daisuki.net helped get Anime World Matsuri together. So that was like the real site to go to. And that was one of my go-to sites for like One Punch Man and Dragon Ball Z Super or Dragon Ball Super, whichever one, and some other ones because they had only a select number of anime on there. Like it wouldn't be like toy animation ones, but it would be like the newer ones and stuff. But they had like automatically they would show 1080p anime when they first started out, but you had to have an account, but they didn't offer premiums yet and they didn't have ads yet. But then as they got bigger and bigger, they started showing ads, but it was literally just ads for daisuki.net. and then like they just had like the best quality anime on there. And I was like, oh my gosh, but now they're gone and I'm so sad. And then there's another site that I go on to, I think it's called Chi Anime, and that's like a pretty high quality streaming site. But I don't know where that anime comes from. You know what I'm saying? But it's pretty high quality. So
we don't endorse unofficial sources or anything.
But Crunchyroll, right? Like if you have the premium account, you get a high quality stream. I think my only thing with Crunchyroll is that like on Crunchyroll specifically, I want to say, and I hope it's not the same on Verve because I haven't come across it recently, but sometimes the brightness of the screen just changes. I don't know how to explain it. Like if there's fire on the anime, on the show, the brightness goes down significantly. And then when it's gone, it goes up, but like the timing's off. So I'm just like, why did they do that? So,
okay, but what I was getting at was I had seen a couple of videos from like, you know, some really big anime aficionados, and one of them was a response video to someone that was like, you know, bashing people who pirate anime. And just disclaimer, we don't approve of, or like we don't condone pirating anything.
This is true.
But he made some interesting points that I think reflect why people do that for anime. And he said so this guy's video was called Why I Pirate Anime, and he made a point of saying that the only medium that he pirates is anime. And the reason for it that he said was that the streaming services that are available, like Crunchyroll, they will show you the aired version as soon as it comes out, which is cool. But the problem is that for a lot of like these shows that people like to, like people who are really fans and like to get into it and find like all these cool animes and stuff.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
DVDs, like Blu-rays and stuff after that have like, some of them have like significantly like upgraded like the animation. Like he showed some comparisons and like the originally aired looked like a prototype.
I've seen that. Yeah.
So the thing is that is never made available when it comes out on Crunchyroll. And the only way to get them is to buy the Blu-ray DVDs, and they're prohibitively expensive. Like he's not going to pay $80 for. So that's like the big issue for anime fans, I guess. Like,
the other thing is that I don't know how to explain this, but like TV shows like Osamatsu-san, where they're parodying some other like TV shows, or they like make a reference to a different company's anime or something like that. Or they have stuff that's like considered inappropriate for certain ages. Like Crunchyroll is gonna have to cut it out, because sometimes like there are episodes that they can't air because like the first episode of Osamatsu-san, I think it was the first episode of when it first came back, or it was the first episode of the second season. But I think it's first of when it first came back. They made so many like references to like all these old anime, like ancient ones, like not super ancient, but like Ouran High School Host Club and like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and like Sailor Moon, that it was super obvious. So they ended up having, they couldn't show that like at all on Crunchyroll. So you won't see that on Crunchyroll, but you'd have to find it somewhere else in order to be able to see it. And then some of the episodes have like parts of it cut out because it's like just inappropriate. And then some TV shows, some of them like some other series have things like smoking in them and stuff, so they have to like censor it in really weird ways, and certain conversations are cut out. And sometimes like when you get the DVD version, like it's not just the production quality that changes, but it's like the amount of content that's in the episode itself changes too.
Dude, we should watch like anime that have like J-Rock intros or Visual K intros.
Yes. There are so many.
And like report back on them and stuff.
There's so many, like Ino X Boku SS, I think, that has Mook as an opener. Mook is opening for that.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. That's actually how I found Parasite, which was like a really big deal.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah, because Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas does like all of their songs are like intros.
And then the classic one is Death Note, and like Full Metal Alchemist had Porno Graffiti for the first one, I think, and then Larkin CL, and then Great Teacher Onizuka has Larkin CL with Driver's High. Yeah, I know too many. I'll stop.
There's a Naruto ending that had a Mook song.
Flo does Naruto ones and Bleach ones. TM Revolution did some Bleach ones. He's done a number of them.
I found TM Revolution through his side project Voice, because they did the intro for Darker Than Black. And by the way, I would love to see that side project come back, because that was some good ass like new metal kind of stuff. Like, I don't know if you ever heard that, like TM Revolution, TMR side project.
I haven't heard it.
I'll send it to you like when we're after this. But yeah, I should look into like what happened to them, because that would be fun to talk about. All right, yeah. So let's go. I mean, I think we've about covered all all there is to cover, and had a little bit of anime talk in there. Very fitting. We're covering an anime convention.
And LM.C did do some anime, so
more to come after Saturday.
Yeah. So keep an eye on VKH and VKH's social media, especially on Saturday. I'm gonna put up an article with like a target time, but depending on what happens, we may need to push it back or move it forward. So we'll post updates everywhere as soon as we know. But we will be having a post-concert show. Winona and Shiro will be checking in. I'll be here looking in from the outside along with the rest of the chat. But yeah, so should be exciting. Do we have anything? I'm trying to think. What else? I think that's it for now. I was about to ask something that I'm not sure if I can ask yet, but yeah, we'll probably have other treats and surprises, and we'll definitely be covering this. We're writing a live report for this, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I unfortunately don't have a camera, so I'm gonna finesse photos some way somehow.
Okay.
Yeah. I only have a digital that old digital camera of mine.
Oh yeah, the cute pink Polaroid thing.
Yeah, my camera gave up on me. It stopped turning on.
Oh.
They're there. They're there.
I kind of want to upgrade to the latest iPhone and see exactly what we're dealing with for quality. Maybe add a lens onto it, see how that goes. I'm not sure if it's. I would have to talk to you, Winona, and like get your input on like if that's like even close to a camera. But I feel like they're getting close. You know, so yeah. Did you hear that?
Did you say words? Sorry, my sweet mate was asking me a question.
Oh yeah, I was like, I kind of want to because I have a pretty cheap way to upgrade to the latest iPhone, and
iPhone X.
Yeah, I kind of want.
I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of want to see what it's like how good the resolution is on it, and like maybe if there's like a lens attachment or something. But I would need a professional photographer to like kind of.
All I can say is that if you go in there with a phone, they're gonna not be happy because there was.
I know, but what if I make it look like a camera? Like I put a lens.
If you do that, then okay, that'd be fine. If you can find a case, if you can find the case, they make cases that look like DSLR cameras. So if you find that case, do it. I don't care.
I just hate
carrying like your phone saying, "This is it. This is my professional camera."
Yeah, I just hate carrying like 10 different things. But
oh my gosh!
Now that I've got all this set up, like any interview that I'm ever involved in at different cons, I'll have like this freaking mic and like this webcam and like all that. So
well, get used to carrying a bulky camera.
Yeah, I do have a nice like shoulder bag that I use and stuff. So
I just got my sad little Samsung digital camera.
I had a nice Nikon and it died, and
Natsu knows that little camera of mine.
Intellect123 says, "You guys into Death Note? Not
Nope.
the live action BS, but the anime and
the anime. Yeah. The live action drama is okay. The movie sucked."
Yes, but yeah, that was what got me into J-Rock initially. I mean, Nightmare's Visual K, and they did the intro and outro for the first intro and outro, but I kind of skipped over that. Was more hooked in by Maximum the Hormone, who did the crazy ass second intro and outro.
Jeff wasn't a real VK fan yet. He didn't know what he was skipping.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough.
The world wasn't your thing.
Enough of a selling point at that point for me.
You didn't like the world. You didn't like that. I forgot the name of the closing song.
I like the closing song. It was
a great song.
Yeah. But then, like, Maximum the Hormone showed up, and it was just like...
You're like, Zetsubo Billy, what is this?
Like sheer override. I think it hit my ear so hard, I just forgot about Nightmare.
No. What's so funny about Maximum the Hormone with Zetsubo Billy, I think it was like the fact that they, like...
Oh, they were imitating
they like pretend to be a VK band, and I was like, oh, and then the VK band dies, and Maximum the Hormone rises, and it's just like, oh, you parodied a band and you tricked us all. It was great.
Yeah,
and that was a clear shot at Nightmare, like an obvious shot. It was so.
Oh yeah, they took shots at everyone. They took shots at the pretty long-haired Japanese girl playing guitar, like, and so she's like the pop rock, and then they had the rapper, like the Japanese rapper, and they all got heart attacks and died.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was funny.
All right. Okay, I think we can go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks everyone for coming out, and we will catch you on Saturday. And
maybe
I have to see how things go.
Yeah, maybe. I guess I
might not be in a controlled environment if this happens Saturday.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
So should we not put up like anything?
No. We'll see.
Oh God. Okay. Well, you have to send me your notes if you don't. Then I can read it out.
Right. I got you.
Yeah. So we'll have something. We'll just keep covering LMC, and if I can't get you guys on, maybe I'll talk about Osharke. Like, we'll figure something out. I have a big mouth. I can talk about stuff.
You'll just read my notes and be like, I think she saw this.
I think she saw that.
I'll be like, red lights flashed, and you'll be like, red lights flash.
Yes. I'll be like, close your eyes, viewers. Picture red lights flashing.
Maya danced across the stage.
All 6 foot of him.
That'll be
6 feet. I'm gonna be so small next to him.
He's like 6 foot tall. You didn't know that?
I'm not ready for that.
I'm so short.
That. I'm 5'1". I'm gonna be like this next to him.
I'm 5'5", so I'm not that much taller than you.
I'm exactly 6 feet, so that's interesting to me.
Momo's behind you. Momo's
scratching her
herself. Momo.
All right, guys. We'll catch you on Saturday. You always see me.
Small.
But, keep it locked to VKH. Subscribe to our channel. Check out our homepage, vkh-press.com. And love you guys. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.